Hello guys and girls, it is that time once again. It is time to get rid of some of those ultra rares. So basically it's another supply depot sell-off, terminating some of those ultra rares. As you can see there, my character slots are 5 over. Now the problem with having my character slots full is not that I can't collect other players or anything like that, because I can. Obviously when your character slot is full, you can collect players from your rewards, and also where you will win them as rewards on stages. For example, if you have something like the rescue where you win characters at the end, then you can still collect those characters. The ones you can't collect are the characters in your training ground. You can't collect any characters from your training ground. And also, if you're playing stages and winning characters as bonuses on those stages, you can't collect those stages. Now the difference between winning a character in stages and getting a character as a reward is, like I said, with the rescue you get a character at the end, that is a reward, where when you're farming just on the world map and you get a character, a 2-star or 3-star, you can't actually get that character in your roster. You forfeit your right to get that character. It says at the start your roster is full and whether you want to fight on or not. So that's why you need to keep clearing these out, because you can possibly miss some characters, and it's very hard to level up your characters when you can't actually collect anyone from your training grounds. So that's why I clear out mine every now and then, just purely because I want to be able to level up my players when I have to, and not sit there and wait forever because my roster is full. So as you can see here, we've got a fair few Jesus. Now Jesus is a great character, I'm not going to deny that. He's a great little 4-star multi-hitter there. Probably in the beginning of the game he was much more OP than what he is now, but he is still a very nice character to have. Now I probably don't need 7 of him, so we'll get rid of a few of him. I'd say I have some favourite 4-stars which I try and keep 5 of, just purely because I've got this thing of wanting a whole team of them, and Jesus is one of them, so we'll keep 5 of him, so then I can say I can have a whole team of him. Andrea is another one that I'm like that with. Now I remember saying before, I was talking about not finding a player with a crit rush that was melee. Aaron, the 4-star Aaron that's the fast, is actually melee with a crit rush, and I've found out recently that also 5-star Ben has a crit rush and they're melee. So there are actually melees out there with crit rushes, but the dominant ones are the range ones with the crit rushes. But I just thought I'd mention that while we're going through. We'll get rid of a few Denises. She has one of them slow APs. Don't really use one of her, so don't need 3 of her. We'll get rid of a couple of her also, and we'll keep moving on. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of these slow APs, so I tend to get rid of them a bit more and use them, and that's just because I use them less than these people with the fast APs and the very fast APs. They're much more effective, and they are what are winning raids and things like that, so they're the ones you want to keep. Joe Bob has actually got a nice little rush in regard to how fast it is and what it does, so we'll keep him. We'll keep moving through. Now Maggie is another one of these people with these slow rushes, so we'll get rid of 2 of her. As you can see, I don't even use that one I haven't even leveled it up because I don't use it, but just for the sake of having one of her, we'll leave one of her in there and get rid of the other 2 that we don't really need. Mark has a normal rush. We'll get rid of one of him. We've already got a fully upgraded one there, semi-upgraded the second one, so we'll get rid of that one. Now all I'm doing is just clearing out this space so I'm able to bring in more players, but also level up my players I have. I'm starting to get a fair few 5-stars. We'll get rid of a Michonne. She's one of those ones that she has a very nice rush, but I don't need 3 of her, so we'll get rid of a couple of her. Got a few Ricks here. We'll get rid of one of him. Like I said, it's just a matter of when you're doubling up on these players or duplicating these players, basically, because I have more than doubles of some of them. You want to make sure you're clearing out your roster every now and then, just so you have the space to bring in these new characters and keep progressing through the games. There, we'll get rid of one of those Shanes. We have a fully upgraded one, then tier 3 one, so we don't really need 2. The reason I'm getting rid of 2 of my Sadiqs, even though he has the nice one, and we'll get rid of Sophia, is because Sadiq and Glenn, the 4-star ones of them, are actually very similar in regards to rush and even leader skill. They're very similar. They have slight variance in their leader skill, but very similar in regards to everything else. So that's why I'm getting rid of him, just purely because my other 3 4-star Glens that I have are all tier 3, almost maxed out on those tier 3, so I don't really need these other 2 as Sadiq. So we'll get rid of Sadiq and we'll get rid of Sophia. So that's about 13 of them we got chosen there, so that should allow for a bit more room. Now you'll see a lot of trainers in there as well that I save for tournaments, so that's also extra room. So there we are, we have a few good ones, a few nice players in there that are a few good 4-stars, but Sophia here is actually a fairly nice 3-star to be having, just for that crit rush. If anything, 3-stars have lower health, lower attack and things like that, so at some point they become obsolete in a way, but she is still always one of those characters that are going to be great for that plus 30 crit, but I don't really need her. I've got things like Connor, Richard, I've got a whole heap of crit rushes, so even the 4-star Aaron, so I don't really need them anymore. But that was another Supply Depot sell-off. As always, thanks for watching.